one. So.
Yep. Last time they fought, it was a similar lineup, but not the exact same lineup. Lorz was playing Dusk. This was at Max Mode 2025 at the Winter Royale, but Mounir was playing Taros for that set. So he's changing things up, bringing in the Mordex that pretty much not a lot of people expected going into this one, even Mounir himself. And look at the Gauntlet gameplay, almost getting the ground pound.
When did Mounir get that fast with the Gauntlets?
For
that
real,
was incredible.
man.
The
We were talking about the
down
site
air.
earlier, that now he's leveling up the Gauntlets here, the sideline into the recovery, floating in case he can find another one.
D-Light, okay, into the dash jump down air. Lorz finally breaks with the pressure, gets a sideline sider, goes to the ground pound. Mounir goes to the ground pound himself, but Lorz cuts through with that recovery, and then Ensig almost snipes Mounir away. Dare sends Lorz straight down. D-Light ground pound could knock out, went for the gravity cancel down Sig, I think, but the spear recovery stops him, and the haymaker will send him flying off the right side. It's been non-stop back and forth, and that weapon toss will send Mounir off the stage first. But still, that was like, I still felt like that was Lorz like defending himself in the corner the whole time.
He was
just
on back foot for sure. There's the sidelight from Mounir. From the wrong side of the stage, so he's not going to find the KO. That's going to bounce off the stage. Weapon toss goes high, but it doesn't matter. Lorz loses that stock. We're about a minute into this game, and Mounir's going to pick up the side instant to wake up with the in-light from Lorz's unarmed kit, even backing up just a little bit before throwing out the side kick.
Ooh, dash forward and light. Okay, Mounir trying to catch up with the recovery. Just get the down air. Low on jumps, goes for gravity cancel down, expecting a wake up immediately, but Lorz waited it out, went for the weapon throw instead, did not get caught by that move. If Mounir spiked him into the stage, I think it would have just been it for the stock, because I don't think you go for the active input backwards in that situation.
Yeah, it felt like there was medium risk there from Mounir. I don't think he was in danger of losing the stock given how little damage was on his stock, and Lorz was at the weapon disadvantage. So going for that was like medium risk, massive reward.
Sidelight coming out from Lorz, and light connects from Mounir, dash jumping around. Let's see if we can get the edge guard here. No goes for the downlight, and Lorz is in the sider. They're just exchanging sides against sides against non-stop blow for blow.
Whoever has more range at the given time. Like you just got to get the right range at the right time. Lorz was the one who found it.
I just love that Lorz is matching the aggression from Mounir here and being like, I can play even faster. This has been incredible. Look at that, the wake up on the Nair, stopping the double sidelight. Dodge gone, immediately goes up for the Nair weapon throw Nair.
And even the delayed pickup, just in case he wanted to go back in unarmed against Mounir. There's the in-light sending Lorz over to the right side. He doesn't have a weapon. Mounir disarms himself, throwing low. Neutral air, he lands, shuffles out the weapons.
Mounir still playing like he's on his first stock, but he is slowly losing the lead there. Unarmed recovery hitting twice. Weapon throw does not combo into anything. And D-Light recovery from Lorz almost will secure game one, definitely. Spear picked up, that gets the recovery. That's going to be a 2-stock for Lorz. And it's amazing how the momentum still felt so driven by Mounir, despite Lorz having so much control as the scrap went on more and more. But man, this has been the most fast-paced game that I think we've watched all day, where they're just not letting up. No one took any time to get into wall slip or like dash dance weapon throw that game.
Yeah,
that was intense.
Like that, Lorz has always done that, I think, better than a lot of other players. Maybe their success with it has been higher, like when we've seen Impala go like Omega fast movement mode. But even that, he's not able to sustain it throughout the set. Oh.
Okay, Mounir went Taros. I think that's fine. Look at the nairs. You're saying, oh, but he just nared him 3 times and almost hit Ensig. Look at Mounir go. Get the ground pound right here, Mounir. Okay, he went for the down air instead.
He still picks up the neutral light after whiffing the down air.
I mean, Mounir's playing so fast right now that I feel like that makes Taros even scarier, but Lorz has been able to match every single time. Stop sider since Lorz flying, but if it's not enough, that means Lorz could come back and steal the stock. That stops there will do it. Quick 25-second stock from Mounir here in game number 2.
There was the option for Lorz to go back down over to the wall after that weapon spawn went high. That was kind of covering his high recovery options. He didn't go down, so he just went straight through the middle, back onto the corner, almost reached up with that.
There comes through, like the option for the side sig there, but not going to quite hit. D-Light into recovery, not going to knock out either. Another recovery could possibly do it. Side light goes in for the dash jump recovery. And the gravity cancel down heavy. Just non-stop, doesn't matter if he's unarmed. He's going to keep applying the pressure, and Lorz evens it up 2-2.
Yeah, and I think that's why we saw Lorz going in for those signature options instead of going for the D-Light recovery, because we saw the D-Light recovery come out, and it wasn't enough. That's why he wants to get those hard-hitting Dusk Sigs that everybody talks about when they mention this legend. Great down air. There's a weapon toss up. Lorz almost got in there perfect, but that weapon toss is going to save Mounir.
Dash jump. Dash forward, D-Light side air. Recovery, and the gravity cancel stops there. Mounir deletes the second stock from Lorz. Gets ready to take another one here in game number 2.
Based on what we've seen, I don't think we should go back to this stage if you're Lorz. If you're Mounir, absolutely take this option. But if you're Lorz, I think you should stay away from this. Give you something with a little bit bigger sidewall.
And you know what that means? We're going to go to Demon Island all 5 times. That's what, the fact that you acknowledge that at all means the players definitely have not. Gravity cancel and to get to the side of the stage. I think Lorz was hoping that he was low enough.
Yeah.
that it would bounce off the slant on the bottom left side, but he still gets the edge guard, and just like that, you end up 1-to-1 once again. Lorz's defense is so incredible. But Mounir with the D-like ground pound into recovery to be able to punish Lorz slipping right past him. So much damage coming through here. Stomp Sair, one more Stomp Sair will give him the win. And that's the, oh, I thought that was it, but he sidelighted it.
He picks up the goofy stomp, so it can be a little bit weird whether or not you're able to get the sider after that. Why you went for the sidelight?
Okay, goes over to the X, picks up the hammer once again. Stomps around, keeping Lorz denied. Lorz finds a weapon. No, gets scooped instead. That's going to be the game going to Mounir. It's 1-to-1.
Nice pick up there from Mounir.
The Taros looks okay.
Absolutely.
You got to remember that Mounir's the one player you can trust to just go by the vibes of what he thinks he should be playing.
Yeah, but also sometimes you have that panic swap on a Taros.
The Vortex got 2 stars.
That is true. That is true.
Really
the
doesn't get that much
context here
worse.
is different. What I should remember is that the days of Mounir getting reverse 3'd are gone. We're
reverse
in the new
3'd because he decided to change his.
Yeah,
like
we're at Munir's new arc, the redemption arc of Mounir here.
Which is a little more of a tactical pick here. Now, will Lorz stay on the Dusk? I know Lorz was on Kaya for years.
Yeah.
But Kaya had suffered several balance changes for years, largely in part due to Lorz, but also because there was a Kaya succeeding in both game modes in every region for a very long time. Now she doesn't have like an unreactable neutral sig on bow. And now her down sig doesn't knock out super early.
He's going to stick with Dusk.
Laura has been prioritizing Dusk, and the Dusk looks great. So we're going to be going here into game number 3.
Yeah, I just don't know what other options he should really be going for as a spear player out there, because you are going to take away some potency of KO potential if you're a spear player. Like maybe the Bryn, like that's what Stingray has been doing in North America. But yeah, I definitely agree with the Dusk pick.
I think Orb's pretty great here, although we haven't really seen Orb at all in this set, right? Like, what was the orb damage coming out from Lorz last game?
The first KO is going to go to Mounir on that one. The orb damage was 69 orb damage. So he's like hardly touching the weapon whatsoever. And that's a little bit of Lorz here. That's like he's one of the best spear players in the world. So he's going to stick on that weapon as much as he possibly can.
Mounir up a stock. Lorz picks up the orb and goes sliding right in, not being able to get the knockout there. Side sig not going to be able to knock out. Gravity cancel end sig. Mounir playing a little safe. If Mounir had a weapon, I'd say that end sig had a higher chance of hitting. But yeah, Lorz just puts up the side sig, and that's going to be it.
You're just going to run through like all of the signatures there real quick. You do the in sig, you do the side sig, you do the down sig.
And it's funny because like I feel like when Dusk came out, the signatures were the weaker side of like his kit in terms of perception of the character. And over time, I think people have understood how much utility they've got and how quick they are, right?
But especially on the orb, we don't really talk about the spear signatures as much. Like I was talking to Stingray about that a little bit earlier, is like they are not the most favorable signatures that he has. It's more the orb signatures because they're so much quicker. Lorz even baiting with one of the spear
so quick on that stock too. Mounir deleted Lorz's first stock, and just like that with a Pogo Sair, Mounir is out of his second stock there, and Lorz continues to apply the pressure. Sidelight gets the jump read with the Nair, pokes him with the Neutralite. At this point, I think down 6 could be pretty good, but he goes for a Pogo instead. Another sider connects, goes for a downlight on a jump read, and Lorz went for the weapon toss into the pickup downlight. Doesn't quite hit it, but he gets the weapon throw anyways. Now Mounir off the right side of the stage, orb on deck. No, spear primed. You know that he's got that ready to go. And Mounir cannot do anything in this game. Side sig was close to being able to knock out here for Lorz, but he gets hit by a sider instead.
Yeah, that was a good sider from Mounir. That's going to send Lorz flying away from the weapon. Still without a weapon. There's the stomp side air, putting Lorz on a final stock. He's going to have to wait just a little bit longer for the next weapon spawn to come in as Mounir's doing the juggle.
Certainly going to stay with the hammer, though. I think he had like almost Oval's damage on the hammer last time, over 400 of it. Now Neutralite coming through. Dash jump, pivot nair, gets in. Another hammer picked up.
Yeah, man, last game, Mounir did 1 damage on Axe. So it was literally just a weapon toss in that.
I mean, Lorz is stuck on the orb now, and he has only gotten hit by Stomp Sairs and Dares. This is looking really bad. He should probably just throw it away, but no, he goes for the Sider instead. I mean, you've got Sidelight Sider there. Spear not as great as punishing the ground there. Hits the downlight into pick up onto the spear, and nearly costs him. Mounir now 1 neutral win away. Stomp doesn't hit the exhausted recovery. If that was a full recovery, I think he would have gotten clipped.
Yeah, he would have ended up moving over and drifting too far to the right and getting caught by it.
Unarmed.
It's
just a one-hit game for both players. Sidelight Sider here. Falling Sider would knock him out. Goes with the recovery. And Mounir caught off guard. Lorz with the win in game number 3 brings it to match points.
Potentially giving Lorz some momentum back on his side with that, especially doing with the orb, maybe giving him a little bit of confidence there after that. Like, okay, my spear is struggling a little bit. I was getting hit by a lot of things, and I picked up the orb. I was getting hit by even more things on the orb, but I was able to clutch it out with the orb in the end, getting that recovery right over the corner like we see orb players do all of the time. There was a side sig in the way. There's the down air, bounce pass, side air.
So close, though. To see the game be in this state after a clean 2-stock to 1 lead. Mounir going to be sticking with the Taros here after that loss. Going to try to bring it to a game 5, opens up with the axe, puts out a down sig, and Lorz has whiffed a few follow-ups off the unarmed down light.
Definitely.
Like and is costing him some damage here. Now he opens up the orb, gets the down light right after the end light. Great 4-hit combo. Let's see what else Lorz is able to do here. Dash jumping around, looking for an opening in the side sig by holding the charge. Gets the hit, sidelight into the side air. Okay, Lorz might take his first orb stock of the set. Ground pound here could knock out, but Mounir is allowed to go back to the stage. Tries to get that max range down signature and disarms Mounir from the axe.
Yeah, it seems like he's definitely feeling more comfortable on the orb. Even though last game, the grab, the rip out of the air, and the throw all the way from the middle of the stage, getting the KO with that. A huge lead, only 50 damage on the stock. But he even did less damage last game with orb than he did the previous one. It was like 69 before. Last game was only 53, so still absolutely a spear game, even though he hit that recovery at the end.
Love the call out there, too. The mental damage from getting hit by side light, chase dodge, end sig's got to be so huge. Mounir was going for like hammer ground pounds at like light yellow. Gets the side sig, though, and just like that, man, Taros hits so hard.
Nuclear bomb from the middle of the stage. You're still going to get the KO off that.
And now Mounir has evened it up 2-2. Lorz played that first stock so phenomenally, and that ground pound could take it away.
What are you doing?
Dive kick into recovery and a nair. Okay, Lorz not willing to risk the reversal game against the hammer there, hitting with those sideways moves. Side sig punished, doesn't get the double nair. Mounir looking for the landing here with the neutral air of his own. No side air. Lorz gets swamped. Okay, he was greedy. Little greedy there. Ends up getting punished for it, but like the idea.
I think he expected Lorz to like immediately throw out an attack after that, or something like slower than just like jumping really high or retreating, which is why he went for the double stomp.
Downlight pickup.
He does it so well.
And that's what he was going for previously. So we saw him drop it before, and I was saying he was kind of dropping the follow-ups off the downlight, but he's doing these downlights tactically around the weapon spawns. Then he gets the pickup into the spear downlight recovery.
Yep.
I mean, I think that's just true off of unarmed downlight.
Yes, there's so much stun time on it. You have so much time to pick up that weapon. As long as you have the mental stack to be able to go through and go move by move very quickly, which Lorz absolutely does. Like, I think you have plenty of time to pick up that weapon off of the high stun time from unarmed downlight.
Sider hits. Lorz off the left side of the stage. Mounir gets hit by the orb down air. Sidelight side air, that's a lot of damage. Lorz does get caught by the N-Sig though, and Mounir goes all the way out for a grab. Cancel stop the grab pound. Is that it? Weapon throw hits him. Can Lorz make it back? The dart touches and Mounir doesn't cover with the ground pound. That might cost him the game. He almost clutched it. The down sig is hit by the weapon throw. Mounir just completely decimates himself twice in a row. Lorz holding on. If Mounir still wins after all, this would be a miracle.
Gosh. Lorz
falling with the side air. You've got to be joking. It's an amazing win for Lorz, but I am not kidding. He got so dang lucky. The first time was like, okay, fool me once with my own edge guard, right? The ground pound on the dodge. Like Mounir just needed to hold down there. That's all he had left was the dodge. And then the second time, the weapon throw.
I feel like that one's more unlucky.
That was very unlucky.
More